Let's go to Art Laffer now, what he makes of all of this. You've been there on Capitol Hill when we've gone to the brink, and here we are again. Art, eventually someone's going to screw up, but this is getting to be ridiculous, isn't it?
It is ridiculous, Neil. I loved your monologue, by the way, when you said government spending is always bad for the economy, and you're completely correct on that, Neil. Congratulations. It's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it's not liberal, it's not conservative. It's just called economics. And that's where we are.
And it's inflationary. You can't avoid it. When the government begins to crowd out the market, it's unavoidable. But where does the president, you know, I corrected your old friend in the past. I try to be bipartisan about this, fair and balanced. But this notion that spending or giving someone a tax credit will give them more money, and that isn't necessarily going to have inflation implications. I don't know. But he's using that as an argument to address inflation, the very spending that's prompted it.
They're just grasping at straws, and I don't even know whose speechwriter would write some nonsense like that, Neil. Everyone knows that government spending, giving people money that they didn't earn. They're going to buy more than they otherwise would. By giving people money, these lower income people are going to leave the labor force because they don't like their jobs or their pay, and you're going to have less supply, more demand. That seems to imply to me you're going to get higher prices. It's straightforward, simple, basic economics. It's always been true. And then they come to this brinkmanship of the debt ceiling. What are the Republicans supposed to do? Be the Santa Claus for the big spenders? I mean, it's just not right. And I understand the Republicans' reticence to let them have a debt ceiling increase when they're proposing all this nonsense. The Republicans cannot stop the spending because they don't have the political power except through the debt ceiling. And let the Democrats pass it on their own through reconciliation and let them bear the consequences of all those actions, is what I say.
Why aren't they doing that? No matter how people feel about this, they could always do it that way. And I guess I'm always confused why they don't.
I don't know why they don't either. They're scared. They're scared of several times when the Congress has blocked the debt ceiling, the Congress has lost a lot of political support. You remember it under Clinton. I remember it under Kennedy. Douglas Dillon famously said, you know, if the debt ceiling has failed and they have to go for recourse on the debt,
right,
it goes to the Secretary of Treasury first. And Douglas Dillon told President Kennedy, I can hold this off for 4 hours and 3 minutes, because he was very wealthy. And, you know, but all of this stuff is just, it's just amazing. Just let the Democrats own it.
Yeah. You're an amazing student of history, my friend. I forget that, but you're right. I forgot about that JFK stuff. Great catching up with you, Art.
It's just fun stuff.
I apologize for the truncated time. Art Laffer, the former Reagan Economic Advisor, one of the best economic thinkers, probably the last century. Certainly always was in the room when those big decisions were made.